Okay, so our learning goal today states, I can set up and solve proportion problems. So we're going to have to set up our own sometimes they'll already be there for us, like on the front. But we're going to use cross multiplication. Have you ever used this method before? Have you ever been taught cross multiplication? Some of you think you might have. Okay, maybe it'll look familiar when we get going here. Okay, so we are going to, since you've already done it using the other strategy, we're going to learn this strategy. We're going to, when we use cross multiplication, basically what we're going to do is we're going to look on where the variable is. And it's in the bottom over here. So the first multiplication we're going to do is, whoopsie, I need to get that pen to be. We're going to multiply 3 times x. So would you just draw that off to the side? And then write that. So we're going to rename this as it's not going to be a proportion anymore. We're going to use cross multiplication to make it into an equation that does not have the fractions anymore. Well, the other one then, cross, we're going to take the two numbers going this direction. So we're going to bring our equal sign down. And we're going to take 4 times 6. So do you see the cross multiplication that we just set up here? So 3 times x is? Harley, please don't.
Yeah.
3 times x is really just 3 x's. We would have 3 x tiles. 4 times 6 is 24. We would have 24 unit tiles that are positive. How would we now solve this for x, Hannah? Yeah, both sides need to be divided into 3 equal groups because there are 3 x's. So we divide each side of our equation that we just came up with here. We divide each side by that 3. And when we do that, we say, oh, okay, we're going to get x, and what's x going to equal? How much would be in each equal group of unit tiles? Kate? 8. Using the other strategy, did the same answer come up? Yeah, look over here. Using the other strategy, got the same answer. There is only one answer for this problem. It's just which way are you going to use to get it, okay? Today, I want us to use cross multiplication, okay? I want you to practice using cross multiplication because there are lots of proportion problems that will not be friendly for the vertical and horizontal strategy, okay? This one, we already know it was friendly for that. Okay, let's write down this proportion, the same one. We're solving 4/12 equals 3 over y. Whoopsie. Didn't do a very good job with that y. So we look at where the variable is, and it's on this diagonal. So let's draw that one first. And we're going to write 4 times y. We'll bring down the equal sign. And now the other diagonal has to cross that one. And what's that? What multiplication would that be? Go ahead, class, say it out loud. 12 times 3. Okay, 4 times y is what? 4y. 12 times 3 is 36. And now we're going to solve it. We have 4 y tiles, also known as x tiles. What are we going to have to do to both sides? Class? Divide by 4. So we're going to divide each side by 4. We need to divide each side into 4 equal groups. You might have to go, off to the side and do 36 divided by 4, but in reality, it's kind of like, ask yourself what question. 4 times what is 36? What is it? 9. Okay, so we are going to say that y equals 9. Is that what we got over here when we did it using the other strategy? Yes, it is, isn't it? We've all rejected them, haven't we? write down the next proportion, and then I want you to do this one all by yourself. Get you started with the first diagonal, which cross product you should set up first. Somebody share for me what your equation says after you did set up your cross products. Cross products is what this cross multiplication is called. Can somebody tell me what that equation looks like? It's not. Share this today. I'm gonna have to do it myself. Oh, anybody know how many 16s you can take out of 48? Like, yeah, 3. 16 plus 16 is 32. 32 plus another 16. That just so happened to be 48. So the cross product you should have set up is 16 times W. By the way, does W times 16 mean the same thing as 16 times W? Yes. What property of multiplication allows us to let the W and the 16 trade places? Starts with a C. Commutative property of multiplication. Multiplication has that same change the order property that addition does. So could on the other side, could you have written 12 times 4 instead of 4 times 12? Yeah, you would still be right. But we have to have the 4 and the 12 together on one side and the 16 and the W together on the other side. They are the diagonals, okay? Is that what we got for W on the other side? When we checked it, we also checked 3 and it would checked out? Okay. Let's do this last one then. Which diagonal should we do? The one that has the variable on it. 10, I always just start with the number part. I always let that be first. 10 times Z. What should 10 times Z be set equal to? 5 times 20, the other diagonal. What is 5 times Z, class? Or 10 times Z, sorry. What's 10 times Z, class? Thanks. Okay. And what's 5 times 20? 100. 5 20 bills is $100. Now, what should we do? Caden? Divide both sides by 10 because there's 10 variables. And we're going to get Z equals 10. Is that what we got on the other side? Yes, we are good. Okay. So, we have 2 different strategies to use. Today, which one are we going to use in our homework? Cross multiplication, that's right. Anybody have questions? Questions? Okay, let's go to the back side because now this is when we're going to have to set up our own and we're going to use cross multiplication to help us solve them. Okay? So Alvarez Market is having a sale on fruit and vegetables. Anybody see where I'm reading? Okay, follow along with me then. Alvarez Market is having a sale on fruit and vegetables. The table below shows the price for each item. Danny, finish that for me. One more sentence to read. The sale only lasts this weekend. Okay. Well, probably not a big deal that it only lasts this weekend in the realm of solving these, but that was just some useful information for the customers. Okay, so we are going to answer these questions, and we're going to set up a proportion, first of all, to solve, and then we're going to use our cross multiplication to solve it, and then we'll, do some labeling. Okay? So in your proportions, now hear me on this, because I am not going to be forgiving at all. I am not going to be flexible at all. When you are setting up your proportions, you must write the words and the labels in the proportion, not just the numbers. So I've already started that for us at number 1. We're going to put lemons upstairs and we're going to put dollars downstairs, okay? So it says, how much will it cost for 6 lemons? How much will it cost for 6 lemons? What don't we know? The dollar amount or the lemons? We don't know the dollar amount. We don't know the cost. We're going to call that X. And we're going to put a 6 upstairs saying, now by the way, we could put the dollars upstairs and the lemons downstairs. That would not matter. But wherever is upstairs in one has to be upstairs in the other. Okay? So we got lemons upstairs in the one, so we have to have lemons upstairs in the other. So let's go up to our table now and see what kind of information can we use from there to help us fill in the other proportions. Kaden? Yeah, so we're right here. We're going to work with lemons first, and right there it says that you get 5 lemons for $4. 5 lemons for $4. So we're comparing lemons to dollars in the first one, lemons to dollars in the second one. And the reason we put the labels is so that we make sure we're making the comparison properly. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to write 6 over X. We're going to ditch the labels because the labels were there to help us set it up. And we're going to do our cross products. So I'm just going to do this here underneath, and then I'm going to move over to the side to do the multiplication. I see the X and the 5 on that diagonal, so I'm going to say 5 times X equals the other diagonal is what? 6 times 4. Okay. 5 times X is 5X. 6 times 4 is 24. Anybody already saying, oh, yeah. What are we going to have to do to both sides? Divide by 5. There are 5 X's, so we need to divide by how many there are. Oh, okay, well, eventually we're going to figure out what X is equal to, but we're going to probably have to come over here and do this, right? Is 5 going to 2? No. So I'm going to move over. How many times can we take 5 out of 24? 4 times. Okay. And we're going to get, what 5 times 4 is? 20. Okay, so now we're going to subtract. There's 4 left. Well, I don't want to write 4 4/5 because this is dollars we're solving for, so that doesn't seem very helpful. So we are going to instead, dollars we're solving for. So instead we're going to make this into a decimal like money is. We're going to put 0.0 up there behind that 24, and we're going to bring that 0 down now, and we're going to bring that decimal point up. Am I doing this right? Yeah? Okay. How many 5s can you take out of 40? 8. Okay. So we got 8 times 5, which is 40 exactly. Okay. So we got it down to 0, didn't we? Okay. So X equals 4.8. Now, we're not just going to stop there. We're going to say we know what X is representing in this problem. What's it representing? Lemons or dollars? Dollars. Go back to our original setup, and we can see X is dollars. So how are we going to make this look like dollars? Yes, Katie? we're gonna add the 0 to the end, so we're gonna say that we have 4.80, and then we're gonna put a what? A dollar sign in front of the 4. So our answer is $4.80. Got it? Okay, look at me, I got the fraction bars there for us, because I'm saying we have to set up our own proportion, but did I help you out any other way this time? No. So it says, how much will it cost for 6 pounds of grapes? So we're going to put that in one of the sides. Let's just do it on the front side right away. So where do you want upstairs? Grapes? Okay. So we have 6 pounds of grapes. So we'll say LB, because that's the abbreviation for pounds, so that we don't have to write that big word. Okay, 6 pounds grapes. What are we going to put downstairs then? X, and what label should X have? Dollars, okay? How much will it cost for those 6 pounds of grapes? Okay, now we're going to set up our other fraction, our other ratio. Go up to the table and decide what could we do to get another ratio. What should we write? Anna?
4 pounds of grapes over $10.
Okay, and the 4 pounds of grapes has to go upstairs, doesn't it? Because we have grapes upstairs in the other one, so we better put it upstairs in this one. And it's how many dollars? 10, okay, so $10 downstairs. Grapes over dollars. Now we'll write our proportion without, now if you need to, like if your notes are getting kind of, busy here and you need to, get that out of the way, maybe you should do something like this so that you can kind of keep those guys separate. Because now we're going to write our proportion without the labels. We're going to say we have 6 over X equal to 4 over 10. Okay, we're going to do this diagonal first. We're going to do X times 4, which is also 4 times X. It doesn't matter which order we do it. What would the other one be? What would the other one be? 10 times 6 or 6 times 10, doesn't matter. Order does not matter. So X times 4 or 4 times X is 4X. How much is 10 times 6, class? 60. Now what are we going to do? Okay. Okay, divide both sides by 4. We need to divide that into 4 equal groups so that we can say what 1x is equal to. What is 1x equal to? Well, you might have to go over here to the side and do a division problem. You tell me what 60 divided by, not 5, 4 is. Sorry, put the wrong thing here. Ikea, what do you get? 15. Is that what you got, Danny? Is that what you got, Kaden? Okay, all 3 of those hands are up. Everybody that had their hand up says 15. The rest of you agree with them? Okay, 15 what? Dollars. Dollars. Remember, we go back over here and we see what was the X representing. It was representing dollars. So $15 is our answer. $15 for what? 6 pounds of grapes, right? Okay. Okay, ready for the next one? How much will 7 bananas cost? Let's go crazy and do some, have some of you started this already a bit? Anybody started this yet? Yeah? I want to do something different. Can I do this, do you think? Go ahead. Those of you who have started, you go ahead and finish yours the way you are because you're feeling confident apparently. So go ahead and do that. So I'm going to say I want the dollars upstairs this time and I want the bananas down. In other words, do the dollars always have to be upstairs? So if I'm going to put bananas downstairs, they got to be downstairs both places and the dollars upstairs both places. how much will it cost? Well, that means I got X here for 7 bananas. What should my other ratio be? What should my other ratio be? Tyler? 5 bananas for $6. So 5 bananas, $6. Okay, so let's do, we're gonna write them without the labels because it's easier to work with. And we're gonna see that we need to do this diagonal first. So we're gonna do 5 times X. And then we'll do the other diagonal, which is 7 times 6. Now, I'm just curious, those of you who started on your own, did you have the bananas upstairs instead? Okay. Now, tell me then, if you had the bananas upstairs and the dollars downstairs, do you still have the same multiplications going on? Do the multiplications still match up? They do, don't they? Yeah, so it doesn't matter which is upstairs. What matters? What's important? Not what's upstairs and what's downstairs, but what instead, Sylvia? Yeah, the tops are the same, bananas, or dollars. Bottoms are the same, okay? So that's what's important. So we're going to have 5x equals, what's 7 times 6? Class? 42. Okay. Oh, that's not looking very friendly again. What are we going to do now? I need somebody besides Kate to answer me. He's the only one who's answered this question every time. Sam? Divide both sides by 5. Thank you. And by the way, we're just not gonna do these two, so go ahead and use up your white space here. We're so good already. So now we have X, but then we got to find out what 42 divided by 5 is. Danny, you got it? You say it's 8.5. Is that what you said? Or 8 point? Just say it louder. 8.4. Okay, so 8.4, she says now. Okay, so I'm going to check her out and see if that's what I get. 8 times 5 is 40. That would be 2. Bring down that 0. 5 times 4, yep, that's 20. And take that 20 away, I have 0. It's 8.4. Okay. What is that X representing in this problem? Dollars. So we put a dollar sign in front of it and say, well, there isn't such a thing as $8.4 really. What do we call it? $8.40. So we stick that 0 on there and say for those, 7 bananas, you're going to pay $8.40. Okay. Think you got this? Can you do it? Yeah? Okay. Well, let's call it quits. Okay, so you are going to need loosely, like always. Hardly a time you don't. Yesterday you didn't.